Hi beautiful people, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Ruth. Now what we're doing today is we're going to tap into this person that you're thinking about perspective on this connection, their perspective on this connection with you specifically. Now my intention is for it to be romantic, but it doesn't have to be. It can still resonate. You can just take out the romantic parts. Now this reading might be a little bit different than I've done before, but we're just gonna check it out and see how it goes. Okay, we love to experiment over here. Okay, so let me show you the decks that I'm using. If you're curious, if not, you can just skip to your pile. But to the people that are curious or want to know, these are the decks that we're using. So we're using the Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle deck. We're using this tarot cards. I got this from Half Price Books, so I'm really not sure what it's called. It literally just says tarot cards, so I don't know. We're also using the Sun and Moon tarot. We're using the Rebel Heart tarot. We're using the miniature edition Rider Tarot deck. The Rider Tarot deck, the miniature edition, very small. And we're using the Star Codes Astro Pocket Oracle. So whichever you are drawn to the most. Oh wait, okay, sorry. So for pile one, so for pile one we have this heart. I think this is carnelian. I'm not sure though, but we have this heart, this broken heart technically. For pile two we have this cube. Don't know what this crystal is, but it's a cube. And for pile three we have this star. Okay, so whichever pile you are more drawn to, that will be your reading. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in your pile or reading. Hi pile one, if you chose this carnelian broken heart, this reading is for you. Now we are doing this reading a little bit different. I'm gonna be honest. I'm just trying something new. Okay, so we'll see. We're just gonna tap into how this person, oh, it's upside down, how this person views the connection that they have with you specifically. So I think I want to start with big to small. So we have number 11, sun. Paint the sun back into the sky. This card is so gorgeous. Look at that. That is so cute. Okay, we have the tower. Okay. We have the Ace of Cups. We have the South Node passed. We have we also have another tower. And the moon. Oh wow, okay, can you see all that? Okay, let me move this. Okay. Let me move it like that so it gives more space. Yeah, okay. Because double tower, that's crazy and new. Okay, can you see all that? Oh no, the tower. Let me put this one at the bottom and then we'll see how this goes. Or like that. Does that look better? Sorry, I just need you to see all of it. Okay, can you see all that? Let me move the sun a little bit. Okay, that should work, right? Okay, sorry if it took a while. Okay, how does this person view this connection with you? Now, I do think this is something new to them, especially with the tower here. But with the South Node with past, I wouldn't be surprised if this is somebody from your past. or it's so intense for this person, especially double tower. This is very significant here. Double tower to me means that it makes them feel so intensely, like it makes them feel so, like, so many intense feelings, that maybe they have these thoughts of like, oh, I met this person in another life, you know, I met this person in a past life, you know. And it seems like that's their vibe right now, and the way they view this connection with you. It's like, it's so intense and so intensify, like maybe this connection intensifies their needs to be a better person, or to know how to be in a relationship or in a connection with someone, especially someone like you, because you come off very confident, especially with the Sun and the Ace of Cups here. It seems like you're very confident, you're very I just heard internal, meaning like, I feel like the way I would describe internal when it comes to you would be like, you're very much in this healing process. Like, you're like, I feel like the way you see it, like the way you see healing is like, it's an everyday thing. Excuse me, it's like an everyday thing. Like, you do it every day, you do it every second, you're healing every second of the day. Like, you can heal something every day, right? And I think the way you see it is like, you're just trying to be the best version of yourself every single minute of the day. And I feel like, because you're so confident, I feel like you're so sure about yourself, that this person gets kind of anxious, or they get kind of like nervous when it comes to this connection. Especially with the Sun here, I can see you as the Sun, especially with like 11 and 3 so 1133 could be significant. But 11 1, so we have 1 but the way I see this Sun here, you could be an artist, or this person could be an artist, or they're like studying art, or they're practicing art, or maybe you practice art when you feel very overwhelmed, or this person practices art, yeah, with this, like, sculptures could be significant. Oh, you know, now thinking of sculptures, I think about Spencer and iCarly. So maybe this person does that to like ease their mind, or you do that, or you both do art together. I think this person, the way they view you especially, is like, you're just very warm, like you come off with a lot of warmth, and I think this person very much values that, but it intensifies their feelings from like of this connection. And I think they're realizing, like, I think this connection is making them realize that, yeah, like I really have to quote unquote man up, you know. And this person doesn't have to be a man, but like the way I describe man up is like, they have to like adult, like be an adult. They have to be emotionally intelligent, you know. They have to be present. They have to be they have to have good intentions, you know. And maybe before meeting you, they didn't have the greatest intentions with people, or they didn't know how to be a good partner to people, because, you know, maybe no one taught them. But then I think when it comes to you, they're like, I don't want to do that again. Like, I don't want to not be a good person in relationships, or not be a good person in a connection, you know, because especially with the past, like I think they've done that. Like I think they've been like quote unquote a bad partner to people, or they treated people, maybe not intentionally treat them bad, but it was like they had their moments, you know. They had their moments that they couldn't show up. And I think when it comes to you, they're like, I don't want to do that again. But it makes them so nervous and intensifies their feelings, because it's like they're thinking about their past, like within themselves. They're thinking about what they can do. Should they run away? Like, I think they're just asking these questions, and like it really, really makes them nervous. And you're over here just chilling. Like, it's so interesting, because you're like, girl, like, you do you. Just let me know when you're cool, you know, like just let me know when you want to hang out and just talk, you know. I think you're a very chill person, and I think this person, like, and you being chill and you being very detached, I think makes this person even a little bit more nervous. And that's the thing, I'm not telling you that you have to not be detached or not be this chill person. You know, I'm not telling you do not change yourself. All I'm saying is like, because you're so chill in this connection, I think they maybe gaslight themselves of being like, oh well, maybe it's just in my head, or like maybe it's just me. And to a certain extent, you probably feel this way too. You're better at coping with it. You know, this person might not text you for a few days or not want to hang out for a few days, but I think it's because this connection is very intensified. And they're like thinking about their past. They're thinking about what happened in their past. You know, they're thinking about how they don't want to bring that past into this new connection with you, because I do think this is a newer connection, especially with the Ace of Cups. Or if you already know this person and you do have a past together, I think this person like came back, or you two came back together somehow, and this person is like, I don't want to bring the past to the new, you know, and makes them nervous, you know. So if you do know this person, or if you don't know this person, it really doesn't matter. It just seems like they don't want to bring the past to this newer connection with you, or this newer era of connection with you. Now with this moon here, again, I think the moon kind of signifies what they're not telling you, and what they're not telling you is what I just said, right? I think the moon, there's a lot of things that I think this person wants to share with you. A lot of things like what they're going through and what makes them nervous and how they feel. But I think they need time. And with the moon here as well, I think it will come out eventually. Right? I do think it's going to come out somehow. And I think that's the vibe of the moon here. Wait, let me see. Yeah, I think there's a lot of things that they want to tell you, but they don't know how to express themselves. I think this person has maybe they grew up, it could be like maybe they just didn't know how to communicate. They don't know how to communicate well, or they don't know how to communicate their feelings. It takes a while for them to communicate their feelings, or they need time to communicate their feelings. But the cool thing about you though, it's like, it seems like you're not rushing them. You're just chilling. You're over here painting on your wall, you know? So it's like, you're not rushing this person to communicate with you, but it seems like maybe they're used to people rushing them, or they're used to needing to have an answer right away. And did you hear that? I'll be right back. That was my cat. Anyway, let's keep going. What was I saying? Okay, the moon. Yeah. But I think what you're doing is what you're supposed to be doing. Do not rush this person. If this person wants to talk to you, they will, you know. Because I think this person, I think this person just needs time. I don't think they have a good concept of time, meaning like they have enough time to express themselves. You know, there's no need to rush anything. And I think you're very much in that zone of like, I'm not trying to rush anything. You know, I'm just trying to chill. Let's vibe. Let's see where this goes. Let's see what happens. And I think this person, like, even if you did tell this person that, I think this person still becomes very anxious about it. Maybe they're anxious that you might choose to not want to create a connection with them, or maybe because I feel like your chill demeanor, like the way you're acting towards them, confuses them. Because maybe before you were very like intentive, or maybe before you were very like not afraid to kind of make moves or initiate, but maybe this time around you're like, you know what, I'm just gonna chill. I want to let this person come to me, which is understandable. But if this is a connection, a newer connection with somebody new that you don't know that well, I think this person's kind of surprised that you're not as I was gonna say active, but as like you don't take a lot of initiative. Maybe this person is used to people taking a lot of initiative towards them, or they're used to people making the plans, or chasing them basically, or pursuing them, and then when it came to you, you're like, I'm not going to do that respectfully. So I think it confuses the person even more. I feel like yeah, I just think you really, really confuse this person, but not in a bad way, in a very, very good way, especially with the tower here. I feel like the tower gets a very negative connotation, but when it comes to this reading, the way I see this, like, this connection can be very transformative if you let it be, right? This connection can be very transformative, and the nodes, the south node, the north node, are very transformative placements, or like planets. Are these considered planets? I don't know. I'm not sure, but it's like this could be a very transformative connection for both of you, especially this person, if you let it happen. If you just let it happen. I think this person is a little too anxious to just let it be. So yeah, I don't know. It's just, they're very, very anxious. And if you hear chickens outside, it's because there's chickens outside. But yeah, I think, yeah, the sun and the moon being here as well, I think that's very, very interesting, because I think there's also some things that you're hiding from this person that you could share with this person, but I think you just need to, like, maybe you need time to express yourself too. So it's like, I think you both are connecting in that way of, like, you both need to express yourselves in your own time. You need time to express yourself. You don't want to rush expressing yourself because you don't want to say the wrong thing. So it makes sense that that's the vibe here for both of you. But with the moon here, I think there should be a conversation, or there should be like don't be afraid to bring it into the light, you know, the conversation, the way you feel, the way this person feels. Like, don't be afraid to bring that into the light, because it matters, you know. It really does matter. But overall, I do think this person is very scared of this connection, and they don't know what to do to a certain extent, than to, like, maybe stay still, or kind of just vibe with it. But yeah, I think you scare this person a little bit, but because they don't want to, I don't think they want to make the same mistakes they've done before, in their past relationships, or in this past with you. You know, I don't think they want to repeat that cycle. I think they want to break it, especially with the tower, both towers here. But I think it's this person's choice of what they want to do, of course. And I feel like the way they see you is very positive. So of course it's never you. It's more this person, if they choose to run away, or if they choose to not pursue it because they're too scared of this transformative decision. But overall, I think it is a positive outlook, but it's also not so positive, because I think this person does not know how to regulate their emotions that well, or if they do, they kind of don't know how to express them to somebody else. So that's where I think this person kind of gets very much confused in that way. But with the Ace of Cups, there's a lot of potential for a new beginning in this connection, like a very strong potential for this connection to flourish into something very, very beautiful, and something new, and something refreshing. It's just, are you both going to let it happen? You know? And if you already said yeah, like, if you already said yeah, I already made it, like, I'm already in, you know, like, I already made my decision that I want to create a connection with this person, then I guess just be patient with this person and see if they come around eventually. But don't stop your life. And I don't think you are, especially with the sun here. I think you're doing what excites you. You're doing what makes you happy, which matters the most. So I'm very proud of you of that, because of that. So before we go, let's get some advice. We are using the wisdom of the oracle. Let's get some advice for you before we go. Oh, okay. That was fast. We got number 18, serendipity. Serendipity. And at the bottom, we have observer. Yeah, I think I'm just going to repeat myself of what I told you, is like keep doing what you're doing, with especially with observer here. Yeah, keep doing what you're doing, because at the end of the day, you're going to receive what you desperately, or like what you desire in life. Even if that's like income or love or relationships with people or friendships, bonds, you know, it doesn't matter. You're going to receive what you deserve, right? And what you desire. There's no need to rush anything. I kind of want to read what serendipity says in the, what number is that, 18? I want to see what it says. 18. Essential meanings: opportunity allied with readiness, the awareness of synchronicity, luck and good fortune appearing as signs and symbols, a magical alignment of events. If you want to read that, you can, but I just wanted to read the beginning. Yeah, I think this is very interesting, because I think you're very much, you know how to manifest. I think you're the type of person that knows how to manifest, or knows how to be patient in things that, I think you strongly believe in slow and steady wins the race. Maybe you believe in that, or like truly believe in that. And I think you're not in a place that you want to rush things in life. Just in general, not like when it comes to this connection, but also just in general, I don't think you like rushing things. You like being patient with things and situations, because you know that's the best way to do it, especially for you, right? You don't want to rush anything. So I think what you're doing right now is like the best thing that you could do, even if it makes you kind of anxious, or even if you feel like you need to rush it. I think this is confirmation that you don't need to rush it. You don't need to fully go towards it if you're not 100% sure. But also at the end of the day, when we make decisions, we're not 100% sure most of the time. Sometimes we are, depending on the decision, right? Like if I'm like, this is a very dumb example, but like if I want chocolate cake, I go buy chocolate cake. I was 100% sure I wanted chocolate cake, so I want to buy it, right? But if it's like a very, very deep decision, or a very, very situation that makes you feel very deeply, most of the time we're not 100% sure about that, because we're humans. We're indecisive, right? Not all humans. Some humans, like we know, like some people know what they want, they know what they're doing, or they know the decision they're going to make, that's what they want to do. But a lot of the times we are very indecisive people. We don't know if we actually want to pursue something, or if we actually want to do that, because it's risky. A lot of, like, especially the decisions that are risky, those are the ones that I don't think we're 100% sure about, because they're risky. That is human nature, in my opinion. And I think because of that, the advice for you is to like be patient with yourself. If it's risky, that's okay. However, you don't have to rush it just because it's risky. You can take your time and be patient with situations and decisions in your life. Yeah, it's okay to just sit back and just observe. I just sit back and observe, you know. Oh, you couldn't even see the card, my bad. But yeah, that's the vibe. So I think I'm gonna end it there. Thank you so much for watching. I hope it resonated, or if it didn't, I hope it resonated, but if it did or if it didn't, let me know. I'm all ears. Just be nice, please. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next, hopefully. Bye. Hi Pile 2, if you chose this cube, this reading is for you. Now, this reading might be a little bit different, but we'll just see the vibe and we'll see what comes out. Okay, be patient with me. I'm just experimenting. Okay. So we have mirror, treat your body like a palace it like the palace it is. Number 4. We have the 10 of cups. We have the 10 of swords. Okay, that's a very that took a turn. I'm not gonna lie. We have Saturn. Mine's better on Saturn. We have Princess of Cups and Page of Wands. So these are two. This is Princess of Page as well. So, can you see that? Okay. Okay. Can you see all that? Yes, ma'am. Okay. Whew. Okay, automatically. Oh, 24, 4, that makes 28. No, but with the Saturn, Saturn by SZA could be significant. I'll put that in the description down below. If you're interested in listening to that song, it's a very good song. The whole album is pretty good too. Like, not pretty good, it's amazing. like it's so amazing. That album is so amazing. I love Lana. I think that, okay, anyway, let me not, but that album I recommend. But Saturn, I'll put Saturn down there. Okay, so we have mirror, 10 of cups, 10 of swords, page of cups or princess of cups, page of wands. With the mirror here, this mirror card is so cute. That's such a pretty card. Okay, it's because this deck is new. Like, I just someone gifted me this deck, so I'm using it for the first time in like readings like this. So that's why it's like I'm reacting to it. Okay, but with this mirror here, treat your body like a palace it is. I think whatever you feel, I think this person feels too. If this connection is intense, I think this person thinks is intense. If this connection makes you happy, I think this connection makes them happy. You know, whatever you're feeling, I think this person feels the same, especially with the mirror here, right? And this 4 is making me think of the 4 of Wands, because you know how it's like 11, but like you see like how it's kind of mirrored, like there's 2 here and 2 here. So I think it's very much mirror energy. With the 10 of cups here, there's a lot of happenings between you two, and I think there's a lot of satisfaction between you two too. And I think there's an understanding that this connection makes both of you very happy, but there's also an understanding that this is going to hurt if we end it, or this is going to hurt if you do a certain thing, or this will hurt if we hurt each other, you know? Like it's no, like I think you both have this understanding that you both are taking that risk of being hurt. And I think this is a very mature connection. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, especially with Saturn. I think this is a very, very mature connection. I think you both are very mature. I think you both know what you're doing. You both are very sure about what you want in a connection, in a relationship. That you could be a little bit older. Like maybe you're going through your Saturn return, or you're about to go through your Saturn return, or you already went through your Saturn return. I know when I'm filming this, we're still in Pisces, like Saturn in Pisces, but we're going to turn into Saturn of Aries soon. So people that are born, people that are 27 to like 32, 31, 32, like that time. Well, 27 maybe to, I don't even know, but a lot of people are gonna go through their Saturn return soon with the Saturn turning into Aries. So you could be going through your Saturn return, or you're about to go through your Saturn return. Or if you don't know what Saturn return is, like maybe look that up, because I don't I don't know, I'm not the best way to explain it. It's just some lessons that you have to learn during this time. But I don't know, maybe like look it up on the internet, on Google, or whatever source you use. And you know, but yeah, I think this connection is very mature in that way of like, you both know you're taking a risk being together. I don't know what that means to a certain extent. And by risk, the way I see it, especially with this Ten of Swords, is like, you both know there's a risk of getting hurt. To like, there's a risk of being vulnerable with each other and maybe not let it. I think you both are risking the fact that maybe this could not lead to longevity. You know, you both are risking that. You're both risking of getting hurt. You're scared of, like, you're risking being vulnerable with each other. But I think taking that risk slowly, especially with these pages here, Page of Cups and Page of Wands, is a good idea. Because I think you both know you make each other happy. You both make each other happy. You both understand that this is what you want. You know, this is a person that you want to keep connecting with. And I think this person feels the same way. But I think you both, or like especially you, I think you're the one asking yourself more of like, okay, am I willing to be open to this? Am I willing to be patient with this person? Am I willing to give this person grace when they need it? You know, because I think you've done the work a lot, that I think you're so comfortable in your solitude that I think you need time to process being in a connection with somebody and putting them first, and like putting them on, not on a pedestal, but putting them on, thinking about somebody else before you. You know, like, you have to kind of restart that, because maybe you haven't been in a relationship for a minute, or you just have to restart putting somebody before you sometimes. Not all the time, but a lot of the times when it comes to connection and relationship, you have to bring your significant other into the conversation before you make a decision, or before you choose to do something, or I don't know, it's just like, sometimes you have to ask your partner's opinion or thoughts about situations in your life. So I think maybe you're trying to be comfortable with that. Like, I think you're asking yourself, am I ready for that? Am I ready to risk that part of me? Like, risk my independence, per se, you know? Because I don't think you're risking your independence. You're going to be independent regardless if you're with this person or not. I think it's just, you're scared that you're going to be so indulged in this person that you might forget who you are. But I don't think that's like, of course it's a possibility, but I think since you're already recognizing it, I think that's a very, very good start, and a good first step for you to be open. Because I think you having these thoughts, or having these choices, or these decisions, or these thought processes, is making, like, that's a sign that you want this connection. That's a sign that you want to pursue this connection, because you're understanding yourself so much that you want to be open to this. And I think that's a good sign, because it's showing you that you actually do want this connection. It's proof that you want this connection, you want to pursue this connection. And to a certain extent, with Mirror here, this person could probably feel the same way. With this Page of Cups and Page of Wands, though, I think taking it slow could help this connection so much, especially with Saturn. They don't want you to rush anything, because Saturn is not rushing you. Promise you, Saturn is not rushing. If anything, they want you to take it slow, because Saturn loves longevity. Very Capricorn energy. So you could be a Capricorn, this person could be a Capricorn, or an Aquarius placements, or Libra, because Libra likes being in Saturn as well. But yeah, I think there's a lot of positive things in this connection, that I think it's so positive that it scares both of you with this Ten of Swords. And I think a lot of the times, like, whatever you're feeling, or however you're perceiving this connection, this person perceives it just as much. because the way this person perceives it is the way you're perceiving it too. I think they're very excited of this new connection, but also they have fears just like you. And I think they know that they shouldn't rush anything with this connection. They just want to keep it slow, keep it steady, keep it moving. You know, I don't think they want to rush anything. Because maybe before they used to rush things and it never worked out, or maybe before they didn't think before going towards it, or they didn't care about longevity. You know, maybe they were always in situationships, you know. And it seems like now that they're older, or now that they're realizing that that's not the type of connection they want, they're like, okay, I'm gonna take it slow now. And maybe you're in the same thought process as well. Like maybe you used to be in situationships that never served you, or that didn't make you feel good, or you know, like just stuff like that you were like, that is not in my future. You know, I don't want that in my future. So I think you're very much in that thought process as well, of just being like, I want to take this seriously, but also taking it seriously is taking it slow and not rushing it. But with the Page of Cups and the Page of Wands, it's okay to be flirty. Like, I don't know, I think it's okay to like show each other that you're into each other. You know, it's okay to pursue each other. You know, I think a lot of this is like, maybe you two are like trying to be friends first, which is completely okay. I think being friends is actually a very good idea. But I think what spirit or the universe is telling you is like, it's okay to flirt with each other a little bit. You know, it's okay. Like if you want, you know, they're not saying that you need to. If you want, and if this person wants, it's okay to be kind of flirty, or it's okay to be into each other like that. I don't know. I think you both are scared to be into each other in that way. But I think it's there for a reason. You know, those feelings are there for a reason. And it's because, to a certain extent, the universe doesn't want you to lock those feelings away. They want you to express yourself eventually, you know. But with the pages, I think they just kind of want you to don't rush it, you know, and don't force anyone to do anything, of course, because that's not consensual. But be more like, you know, like, it's okay to test the waters, you know. It's okay to test the waters, and it's okay to be open if this person tests the waters too. You know, but there's no need to rush it. It's more just like, it's okay to just take your time with it, because I think this person sees it the same way, and they don't want to rush it either. But I think this person might want to flirt with you a little bit more, and it's okay to be open to that. But also, I understand the seriousness of this because of the Saturn here. I think there's a lot of seriousness when it comes to this connection, that you both are looking for something serious. You're both looking for something that's not going to end fast. You know, you both are looking for longevity. So it makes sense that you're a bit serious when it comes to this connection. And it makes sense that this person's a little bit more serious when it comes to this connection. So yeah, let's get some advice. We're using the Wisdom of the Oracle deck for advice. One more shuffle. Okay. Let's get some advice for you. Oh. Why? What number is this? 31. Why? At the bottom, we have message in a bottle. Genie in a bottle. Number 15. Okay, why a message in a bottle? Yeah, I think it's going back to what I said about you asking the questions within yourself. Like, okay, is this normal? Is this okay to feel? Is this, you know, like asking yourself, but like you're asking yourself if it's okay to do, or if it's okay to feel this way. I think maybe asking the why more than if it's okay could help you out, of like, okay, why am I feeling this way? Like, if you feel nervous, why is that? You know, if you feel sad, why is that? If you feel anxious, why do you feel anxious? Like, ask yourself these questions, you know, because they don't want you to go into this connection, or go into a connection like this nervous. You know, they don't want you to be nervous, but it's normal to be nervous, you know, around somebody that you find attractive, or that you're attracted to, you know, especially in a very romantic sense. You know, it's very normal to feel that way. But maybe asking the questions why of any type of feelings that you have could help you kind of regulate your emotions and regulate the way you feel, so you can be calmer in this connection, because you deserve to be calm in connections. And then with number 15, message in a bottle, if you feel very, very anxious, or if you feel like you want to express yourself to this person, I think you should. With the message in the bottle, like either this person wants to express themselves towards you too, or you want to express yourself to this person. With the message in a bottle, I wouldn't be surprised if there's more movement going on in this connection, or there about to be more movement going on. Especially if you two are like older, or like a little bit more grown, or you both have a big girl job, you know, that maybe it's harder to make plans, maybe because you both are working, or you both are doing your own personal goals. You know, you both are doing your own personal goals, so maybe it's harder for you to see each other. But with the message in a bottle, I think they're asking you, or they're initiating that it's okay to initiate, basically. Like, it's okay to make moves, or to initiate something. Even though I feel like this person might initiate something towards you as well. I don't know. I think there is this, like, again, a lot of mirror energy of like, I think you both want to initiate, or you both want to go towards this. And I think they want you to understand, like, it's okay to take initiative sometimes. It's okay to ask this person if they want to hang out, or they want to go on a date. Like, you know, it's okay to pursue that, because the faster you do that, the faster you know if this person's open to this as well. But yeah, I think that's where I'm going to leave your reading. Thank you so much for watching. Please let me know if it resonated or if it didn't resonate. I love feedback, but please be nice to me. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next. Bye. Hi, Pile 3. If you chose this star, don't know what this crystal is, but if you chose this, girl, if you chose this star, this reading will be for you. Now, let me explain. This is going to be a different format. I'm just experimenting, so please be patient with me. Okay, so we have this one, number 16. Be fire. Stand up for yourself. Okay, we have the Queen of Wands. Okay, that's giving very much that energy. We have two of these, so we have Strength, Two of Swords. Put these together. We have 10th house, we have the 7 of Swords, and the 8 of Swords. Okay, can we see that? Like that? Can we see that before we keep going? Yes, we can. Okay. Oof. Ooh, this is what I feel. I feel like you're not being honest with this person, or you're not saying the truth, right? Maybe you are being honest, but you're not saying the whole truth. Now, I know this reading is going to, like, my intention was how do they perceive this connection, but I think you might not want to hear this, but I think this is mostly about you, and I can't control that. You know, whatever cards wanted to come out, it's the cards that was going to come out, because especially with stand up for yourself, Queen of Wands, strength, authority, 10th house, girl, you have to take initiative with your truth, you know? And I think with the Two of Swords, you're like telling yourself like, oh, maybe I shouldn't, like maybe I should stay quiet, you know, I don't want to risk this connection, I don't want to risk ending this connection. Let me tell you something. The connections that deserve to be in your life are not going to end just because you're honest. Because you can be honest and be kind at the same time. You know, you can say your truth and still be kind. You know, it's okay to be vulnerable. And I think that's one thing that I think they want you to acknowledge. It's okay to be vulnerable with your truth and be vulnerable with this person about how you feel, or how you feel about a certain thing. Like maybe this connection is like on the rocks right now, or it's kind of this connection is making you uncomfortable of somehow. And I think they want you to know that it's okay to tell this person like, hey, this is what's happening, this is what I'm not comfortable with, you know, how come this is happening, you know. It's okay to be kind, but also speak your truth, because with the Seven of Swords and the Eight of Swords, you are self-sabotaging in that way. I think you are very much self-sabotaging, not being as honest as you can be with this person specifically. And you need to be honest, because especially if you want pure connections, if you want to be in good, deserving connections, you have to be honest. And maybe this is a trauma response, which is understandable. Like maybe before you connected with people, you were honest, and then when you were honest, they left, or they broke it off with you because they just couldn't handle it. Those people were never meant to be in your life. Okay, they were never meant to be in your life. They didn't know how to be a mature person, you know, and you're not letting this person show you if they're a mature person, you know, if they're willing to be open to your vulnerability, you know. Those other people didn't know what to do with the vulnerability, so they ran away, right? This person, you haven't shown this person those parts of you, and maybe you're scared that this person is going to run away if they see those parts of you. And even if they do, this is another thing, even if they do, that is just moving you closer to the person that you deserve to be with, you know? Because I don't want you to, this is what's another thing. I think you have to be honest, because once it comes out, once your honesty comes out, you might say some things that you regret, and you don't want to say those. So I think taking your time and being honest, like, of course, you don't have to be like straight up honest, like this and that, right? You can be like, hey, can we talk about something? You know, can I tell you this? Like, can I be open about this? You know, be open to that conversation, to those conversations, because maybe there's more than one, but you don't have to like just bring it up all in once. You know, it's okay to take time. But I think because you're not being honest, you're self-sabotaging in that way, and it's hurting you more than helping you. And with the 10th house here, you could have met at work, but you didn't have to. But with the 10th house, I think maybe the thing about the 10th house is like you're very much maybe distracting yourself at work, or distracting yourself in your own things, that you're like, oh, these feelings are gonna like leave eventually, you know, like it's just right now. These feelings are gonna leave. And yeah, they could leave for a few days, but they're gonna come back if you haven't like acknowledged them correctly. And by correctly, I mean like acknowledge them at all. Like if you haven't acknowledged them or haven't had those conversations with this person, you're gonna explode, you know, and you don't want that. And with the strength here, you could, and Queen of Wands as well, this is getting this is very much Leo energy. So you could be a Leo, and the 10th house is Capricorn energy. So Capricorn energy, Leo energy could be significant. Those seasons could be significant. But I think they really want you to just be honest with this person, be honest with yourself, you know. Don't live a lie, basically. And if you are a Leo or if you are a fire sign, you know that's not the best way for you to live anyway. But you don't have to be a fire sign, but you know, as a person, as a human, you know that's not the best way to live, you know. It's not the best way to live your life, with basically not saying the truth, because I don't think you're lying. I don't think you're a liar. It's just you're not saying the whole truth. You're not saying everything that you want to say. And this could be more than just this connection, but because I'm tapping into the connection, you know, it could be that. But you're not being honest with yourself, and I think that's one thing that you really need to look into. It's okay to be honest. Very much. It's very much okay to be honest. But because I love you, I'm going to get another tarot deck and ask how they view this connection, because this was more about you. So what deck should I use? Should I use a little one? No, I kind of want to use this one. I have this one on standby. Sorry. But we're going to use the Pulp Girls for you, just to see the vibe, that the way they view this connection, because this was more about you and how you're feeling or what is happening. But let's see how they view this connection. I'm just gonna get 3 cards. I'm just gonna get 3 cards to see how they view this connection with you. Okay. How do they view this connection with pile 3? How do they view this connection with pile 3? Oh. The 5 of Wands. I think I want to keep the 10 of Cups in reverse. I don't usually do reverses, but I think this is significant. The 5 of Wands. There is a disconnection here, and I think they feel it too. Yes! And the 6 of Swords at the bottom. Yep. This is very much, I think this person wants to balance this connection out with you. I think they don't want to keep this tension between you two, because this tension is not good tension, right? This tension is very much like, I think they know something's wrong. I think they know that you're mad, or they know that you feel a type of way, but you're not sharing that with them, so they get very confused, and it doesn't make them happy with the 10 of Cups here. I think this person, the way they view this connection is that they really want to balance this connection out with you, and they want to be calm with you. Yeah, because it seems like you're not in a place to share your truth, or you feel like you're not in a place to share your truth, but you are, you know, you are strong enough to share your truth. And because you're not sharing your truth, I think it's making this person confused, and because they're confused, it makes them like, maybe not, I don't think it's anxious, but I think it makes this person kind of confused on, like, maybe you two were doing very good, but then out of nowhere you're being distant, or you're being kind of like giving one word responses or something, you know, like they clearly know something's wrong, but you're not being honest with this person. And I think they're just confused in that, because they don't want this tension to keep going. I think they want balance in this connection. Yeah, and the 6 of Swords, they want calmness. But yeah, with the Knight of Pentacles at the bottom, like when I split the deck, it seems like in reverse, it seems like they don't know what to do because you're not telling them anything, or you're not being as honest as you can be, because there's like maybe you were honest for a little bit and they're like, okay, let me fix that, or let me do this, let me do that, and you're still not satisfied. It's because maybe you have to be a little bit more specific, or a little bit more obvious on what you want, so this person can like be able to do that. But yeah, I think that's the energy here. That's how they view the connection, at least right now. Yeah, because I think this connection, like with the 10 of Cups here, I think this connection makes them like very, very happy. It's just when you both are in this like kind of butting heads, or like not seeing eye to eye, that's when this connection is making them kind of, you know, like it's not fun anymore. Like they used to have a lot of fun with you. Like, why isn't it not fun? You know, let's fix this, you know? They want to fix this with you. They want to have fun with you. They want to enjoy their time with you. They can't enjoy their time with you if you're not being honest on how they can fix this, because I do think they want to balance this out with you, but you're not giving them any resources or anything to like balance it out, so it's not fun for them anymore. And they want to have fun with you. They want to enjoy their time with you, but they can't enjoy it if you're not being communicative with them. So yeah, I think that's one thing that you should be considering. Okay, before we end it, let's get some advice for you. I'm using the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. Let's get some advice, even though I feel like this whole reading was your advice, but let's see what card wants to come out for like additional advice. Yeah, look at that. Loyal heart wanted to flip over though. We have happy 26, and then 12, a change in the wind. You are strong enough to make this change. You are strong enough to be honest. You are strong enough to move with the change, with the wind. You know, you are strong enough to do that. And I think once you do that, it's going to bring more happiness than you expect, especially with the loyal heart. Because I think you both are very loyal to each other. You both want this to exist. You both want this to grow. It's just sometimes honesty is the best policy. Sorry, but it's true. Yeah, look, by the book. And oh yeah, by the book, this is so interesting because I'm in a psychology class about, and like we had a, this is just a side note, but it could be relevant. I'm taking a psychology class, and we were learning about relationships and connections and love and stuff like that. And by the book, it's just like maybe like researching about love, researching about relationship, the statistics and that could help you out in these things, you know? Like we learned about iMessages, right? And iMessages is more like you have to tell this person how you feel, right? How a certain situation they did made you feel, right? For example, maybe this person didn't text you back at night when they said they were, right? But they didn't text you back. They went to sleep, and then in the morning they texted you. But this person doesn't think that it's a bad thing. You know, they don't even acknowledge that it's a bad. They don't apologize in the morning, but you're upset, right? So you don't let that upsetness get bigger and bigger and bigger. No, tell this person, hey, I am very upset, or I feel very upset when you don't text me at night, you know, or when you didn't text me at night, you know, like you have to use iMessages. I feel. So it's like by the book is giving very much like it's okay to practice these, you know, it's okay to research this and practice them, you know, they're there for a reason. Those strategies are there for a reason. It's because they work. Those statistics are there for a reason, because it worked. It's true. It's right. But relationships are difficult regardless of research, right? everyone's different. We're all individuals, so it really depends on who you are and who this person is. But I think learning about that, learning about iMessages, learning about being vulnerable, learning about how to navigate relationships, or how to be in a relationship is okay, you know. And by the book, it could also be like maybe therapy could also be a good resource for this. But I think I just wanted to bring that by the book, by my psychology class, because I think it's actually a very interesting topic to learn about, you know, like to research about as well. Because love, it's so interesting because in psychology, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna keep yapping, but in psychology, a lot of the time psychologists, they don't even know what love is, right? They can't define love, they just know it exists, right? And that it makes you feel things, and it makes you do crazy things too, right? But they to this day, they don't even know if love is real, right? Or if they even believe in love, or if they, you know, like love is very interesting. And when you learn it in a psychology point of view, or in that type of point of view, it's very interesting as well, because they are telling you like iMessages, I feel this way because of this, you know. So I don't know, it's just like researching that could help you communicate, you know. It could help you communicate, it could help you understand perspectives, understand your perspective more, because I think there's a need to understand yourself more to be present in this connection, you know. So yeah, I'm sorry if I yap too much, but it was a very cool class, and I recommend to anybody, but you know, but yeah, you deserve to be happy, and honesty will bring that happiness to you. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope this resonated, or if it didn't, let me know. But please be nice to me. Please be nice to me. And I'm sorry if I talk too much at the end. It was just, I'm very proud about what I've learned, and I like sharing the knowledge that I have. Okay? And if you're curious about more of the knowledge, I'm willing to, like, if you have any questions about that, though, like what I've learned, you can always ask me in the comments, and I'll try my best to communicate with you. If you're curious, if you have any questions about that, I'm willing to share with you. Because I'm always willing to share knowledge. People deserve to know things. It's very beautiful for people to be curious. Okay, I'm done. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next. Bye.